It's 1 minute till showtime.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Happy Tuesday evening, everybody. If it's evening where you are, of course. Welcome in. My name is Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please. I have a Tuesday evening live stream, and this is it. We just hang out, have fun for about an hour or so. How are you guys doing? I'm all right. I went back to work recently. I'm a teacher. Summer's over. That's a drag. Coming up on the show, I'm going to drink some coffee. We'll play some games. I don't have anything to eat today. That's okay. We'll talk Olympics a little bit. We'll talk D23 a little bit later. A bit of autumn, Halloween. But before we do any of that, I like to celebrate the first 3 people that make their way into the chat for this live stream. So let's do that. Here we go. My chat may be different from yours, but it's usually the same. Okay. Going to the very top. Okay, at 7:21 a.m., Mark Langenkamp is our gold medalist. Paul Eichenlaub wins the silver. Princess Paula Bell. I am excited for the Villains Land, too. You've earned our bronze medal today. That was at 8:37 this morning. So, Mark, 7:21. Paul, 7:24. Paula, 8:37 a.m. And then a close fourth at 9:46 this morning. It's Joey's World. Let's see what happens. That's the thing. We never know. We never know what's going to happen. This is Laura and Jamie. Good morning. We are doing the Mickey Halloween party tonight. That's awesome. We will catch the replay. Aw. I hope you guys had fun. Have a wonderful day yourself. Donna Jaworski, season's greetings. Francisco, that's fun to say. Welcome in. Mr. Fulton Mraz. You're going to be nominated for Athlete of the Month. That is awesome. Congratulations.
USA! 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 USA!
I don't know why I don't play that sound more. Just should play it all the time. Maybe I will. Keith BDF. How are you? Welcome in. Okay, now I think we are in contemporary times. And there is Pepper Tree Villa. Hello. Oh, get that out. Let's see. Here we go. Kay Wilby, hello to you. Hope you're well. Movie Mania Nick. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Oh, they are listening in. I'll try to make it more podcasty. I have pictures. You're going to miss them. They're the best pictures ever. Anyway, Jay Nashville, hello to you. Thanks for being here. Evan Hudden, good to see you in the chat. Thank you. Michelle the Quilter, hello to you and your family and friends. Sherry. Hello. Let's see. Here we go. Scrolling. Nick in Virginia, hello to you. And there's Ben. Hello, Ben. I was just thinking, who else over there can come into my chat so I can play the chimes? Oh, Sherry is watching and sewing a quilt. Thank you. And best on your artistic and crafting endeavors this evening. And Ben is listening while working. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. We just jumped a little bit. Dad Builds, Chris, hello. Everybody's working and listening in, and I do appreciate it. I worked this morning, and then that went on into this afternoon, and hated every minute of it. Okay. It was okay. Let's see. Oh, no, wrong. Sorry. That was on me. It's like I've never been here before. I've forgotten everything. What's going on? Oh, as I mentioned, thank you everybody for being here and hanging out. We'll play some games. We'll have fun. As I had mentioned last week, I went back to work. Teacher pre-planning was last week. This week, students arrived yesterday for us here in Hillsborough County. And the first day of high school, is always interesting. There are a quarter of the school, the incoming freshmen. They don't know where anything is. So between each class, I am a traffic cop. And I am... what I need is a plaid vest like the cast members at Disney. And then I can point them in the right direction using 2 fingers to point. Over there. You're going to want to go over there, so as not to offend any of them. Oh, that's by the gymnasium. You're going to have to go there. But if you go back to where you came from and then take a left in the main hall, you'll pass the media center. The doors you want to go out are across the hall from that. Stuff like that. Oh, the boys started middle school. Yee, middle school's the worst. When I come across elementary school or even some middle school teachers are like, how do you do high school? That scares me. And I'm like, no, middle school. That scares me. It's in high school. The freshmen, they behave the worst. After they get comfortable, of course. Once they get comfortable, they are small children. And they act like that. And I love the classes where I have a majority seniors because they've been through it. They've got a little bit older. Most have matured. They're not as bad. So I don't have a majority senior class, but I think the most freshmen I have in a class is maybe 12, which is a lot. But when you have 30 per class, I'll take that. Plus, I'm the cool teacher. Why are you misbehaving for me? They'll learn as soon as they get to know me. Anyway, that's that. So today was day 2. I am teaching a new class, a class I never taught before. It's called Customer Service Representative 1, because there are 3 levels. It's essentially the teaching assistant class. So I get a class of kids, and on most days, or at least the majority of days, maybe 3 days a week or 4, those students will sign in and then they'll go out to the teachers that they are being assistants for, which is nice. It's a little respite in the day. But there are still a couple days where they have to learn. And the class has morphed. I think it used to be a blow-off, and it's still an elective. But there is a whole. They're learning about small business and entrepreneurship. Cynthia, hello. So there's a lot to go over. They can earn an industry certification. Blah, blah, blah. Jim, what? Nobody cares. Okay. Let's see. I thought customer service representative 1 was all about the phone prompts. Oh, like, if you need this, press 1. I get it. Yes. No, not for us. The thing is, I don't know the difference between 1, 2, and 3. Not that I need to. I don't teach those classes. I don't care. I got to worry about me. Anyway. All right. What's going on? So I already played the USA chant. I got to do it again because I want to wrap up a little bit of Olympics chat. Where are we? Here it is. Here's the final medal count. Now, the United States led all nations with 126 medals total. They tied for the most gold medals at 40 with China. But we had the most athletes, correct? I mean, that's expected. And we're the richest country. We should do well. I always, not always, but quite often sometimes I don't mind that the United States doesn't win an event if a smaller nation has a chance to medal. Let's say they've never medaled before. For example, the women's 100-meter dash, the United States usually does really well there. And this year, the gold medal went to a runner from St. Lucia, and it was their first gold medal ever, I think, and it was pretty cool. USA, I believe, went silver and bronze, but that is cool for the folks at St. Lucia. It's an embarrassment of riches when you look at the United States medal count. Not that I am cheering for USA. You can tell. There it goes again. Anyway. Okay. All right. Got it. Of course I want the United States to do well, but I'm not heartbroken sometimes when we don't win that event. It's nice that the little guy comes out ahead sometimes. So, yes. Sherry's with me. I know my wife is too. We agree on that. The Netherlands did really well too, considering how small of a country it is. Yes, and they do well in the Winter Olympics as well. Winter Olympics. I said winter. WINNER. That's what it sounded like to me. Just about an hour ago, we watched. NBC has posted a bunch of Olympic highlights to YouTube, and they still have all of their Olympic stuff on Peacock. That's still there to watch too. Their streaming service, NBC, that is. But YouTube has a lot of Olympic highlights. And the one we just watched, the one I watched most recently, was the runner in the women's marathon that came in last. And the reason NBC posted that highlight, some would say low light, but it was a highlight because it was an athlete from Bhutan, which I believe they only had 2 athletes or something like that. And this athlete was when they started the highlight, she was like 25 miles in and she's walking. And the winner of the marathon had finished over an hour ago. And every once in a while, the lady from Bhutan would start running again. And there's still people lined up along the road, and they're cheering. They're cheering for her. And then they start running with her. Not on the course, but like on the sideline where spectators are able to go. And the runner couldn't keep up a run the entire time. And it was a helicopter shot. So, or maybe it was a drone shot. I think it was a helicopter. But they were following this last marathon runner to the finish line, and there were just crowds of people on both sides of the road running with her and cheering. And then they were commentators were talking about it. This is awesome. This is so cool that we're watching this. And they explained that, athletes that go to the Olympics, especially from small nations, you might be thinking to yourself, why don't you just quit? It's okay. Nobody's going to. And they brought up the point that some athlete at one time said, my nation didn't send me 7,000 miles to quit. They sent me 7,000 miles to finish. So that's the motivation and the mindset that these athletes have. And it was pretty neat. Although I think, and there was a lot of cheering when she finally crossed the finish line, but I think she was so tired she couldn't acknowledge it. And it wasn't like she was about to collapse. She was clearly tired and exhausted. She didn't really look up at the crowd cheering for her, whether it was through exhaustion or whatever. But it was neat to see people cheering her on. And that's on YouTube if you're interested. I don't know how the Americans did in the marathon. I thought I heard that the best, we never do that well, or usually don't do that well. But I think 12th. I thought I heard 12th in the marathon. But, of course, we didn't medal, but that's okay. Timothy Rainwaters, welcome in. Good to see you. Sherry still has to watch the closing program. I started to watch Ben's recording, but it was all in Spanish. About the closing ceremonies, I've seen some TikToks of people that were there in Paris. That's a ticket you had to buy if you wanted to be a spectator there. And apparently it was sold as an event where Billie Eilish and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Snoop Dogg were going to perform. And what happened, there's always a handoff at the closing ceremonies. The host country hands off the Olympic responsibilities or whatever to the next host of the Olympics. In this case, it was Los Angeles will be hosting the next Summer Olympics. And what they did, would I be spoiling it if I talked about it? I'll just say that instead of Snoop Dogg and Billie Eilish and the Red Hot Chili Peppers performing in the stadium in Paris, they were in LA on the beach performing for a crowd there, and they just showed it on the screen in Paris, and people were a little upset about that. Like they were sold a bill of goods, and they had the rug pulled out from under them, and well, yeah, it wasn't a live performance for them. But they wanted, those are all LA performers. They wanted some Los Angeles flavor there for the event. But whatever. I will say this. The final musical performance at the closing ceremonies was a rendition of My Way. And it was done by a French performer. And I don't remember her name. And you might be asking yourself, why would they sing My Way? Well, the melody of that song is originally a French melody. And Paul Anka bought the rights to it, and he wrote different lyrics to it and made it My Way. So it is a French song, sort of. It has its origins in France, I guess. Cynthia says, I got more people posting Snoop updates than who was winning. I tell you what, he was living his best life in Paris. Back in 2021, he did a show with Kevin Hart where they would talk about the day's Olympic events, and it was funny. And Snoop is just natural. He is Snoop Dogg. I mean, who you see all the time is who you get. He's not putting on an act. That's him, and he's funny. And easygoing, and NBC hired him to be like a special correspondent at this year's Olympics, and they pun intended, they hit gold. I think people really liked watching Snoop. Yes, that's right. He and Martha Stewart were at the equestrian events in their equestrian garb. Yes, the horse doing the crip walk. I think that was from 2021. Part of his comedy. Yeah, people liked it. And then I liked Kenan Thompson as Snoop's replacement on the Kevin Hart show. I thought that was really funny. All of that is still on Peacock if you're interested. I'm not sponsored by Peacock, by the way. Let's see. I was interested in the break dancing or breaking as an Olympic event, and we watched it, and I got to tell you, I was underwhelmed. I think I've seen better break dancing in my life. I don't know if these were the best in the world or just the best that tried out for the Olympics, but and perhaps you have seen the poor Australian contestant who she has become a meme with her breaking, and I think it's a bit unfair because it's all been edited. They edited out anything that she did well, and frankly, of all of the things you see in any of those memes that make her look embarrassing, you could do that to any of the contestants. They all had moments like that. Maybe she had a few more than some of the others, but Nick, I was I don't need to see Olympic breaking again. It wasn't as awesome as I was hoping it would be, but yeah, I think I just saw something that deserves a rim shot. Okay, Keith said the very first Olympic Games originated in Greece. Not Greece. And then we've got, if they used Greece, there would be a lot of slipping and sliding. Well done. I like that. Wait, was that a real sport? It's not a sport, but a competition. Now, they're not, I've said this before, they're not the Olympic sports. They're the Olympic Games, so you got to keep that in mind. There was a time where they tried to get ballroom dancing into the Olympics. And I think up until the 40s, they had a number of artistic events that they no longer have. But breakdancing is sort of in that vein. But I have to tell you, a lot of those breakdancing moves make them look like gymnasts. Do you know what I mean? They are athletes. They really are. I can't do what they do, and with all their spinning and kicking and whatnot, whatever. If you're just joining me, we're talking the Olympics. I guess I'm done talking about the Olympics, but that was it. I did enjoy it. Again, I said this last week or the week before. Peacock, watching the Olympics on Peacock was the way to go. It's the best Olympic viewing experience I remember. That's because NBC, who owns Peacock, ran not only a number of cable stations like the E! Network and USA Network, they covered Olympic events as well. But then Peacock had their own channels where they were covering events. And just, it seemed like whatever was live, it was on Peacock and you could find it. So, yeah, that was, it was great. So often I have complained about Olympic coverage. And I think if I watch the primetime NBC coverage, I might say the same thing because that's so edited down and they focus on the United States, of course, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on elsewhere. Let's see. Chris, my daughter was all in the USA basketball and she knew nothing about basketball. That was exciting. Steph Curry became the real hero, the last-minute hero of the gold medal men's game. I will say, though, right before he went on his three-point marathon, he had a horrible turnover, and it was bad, and France scored off of it. And they got within 6 or 3, and I don't remember, but they were quite close to the United States. And then Steph Curry turned it on and scored maybe 4 or 5 3-pointers in a row. I think 3 or 4. I don't remember, but it was exciting. And the women, also USA versus France in the women's basketball, that came down to a last-second shot. The United States won by 1 point. And France scored a last-minute bucket. If it had been a three-pointer, they would have tied the game. But the France player shot the ball inside the arc, inside the 2-point or 3-point arc. So it only counted as 2 points. And the United States went on to win the gold medal there. But there was a lot of stuff. Again, I mentioned this before. Rugby sevens, look it up. That was my favorite event of the Olympics. Watching the kayaking was awesome for about 2 minutes, like the breaking. Let's see. We need Christmas tree decorating to be a competition. Yes, PTV would be absolutely our representatives there. There's no doubt about that. Yes. If there is any way I can play one of my sounds, I will. Yes. What else? Rugby and I'm sure there was other stuff. Anyway, let's move on. Seems like I've done a lot of talking, more than normal. Okay, Olympic medals. All right. What's next? Oh, I don't have anything to eat this week, which is fine. I do have coffee.
Great coffee is easy, Mrs. Olson.
Coffee's for closers only.
I set high standards for myself. I set high standards for my coffee.
Picks you up, calms you down. It's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
Here it is. I'm sticking with the iced coffee for now. We had a high of 86 here in the Tampa area. It is still currently 88 degrees. And I don't have the best air conditioning in the More Sunshine Please Tuesday night live stream studios, or whatever I call it. I'm going iced coffee. This is a regular medium roast Segafredo coffee with the extra creamy Chobani oat milk. Yes, we are in week 2 of Wawa. I showed you this before. Was it last week? Wawa giving here in Florida and where? What did it say? Florida and Alabama, right? Where I thought it said that. Yeah, up top. Read the story, Jim. Wawa is giving free coffee to teachers in Florida and Alabama. And that goes until this Sunday, August 18th. So, yes, yesterday I stopped into Wawa, got myself the largest coffee they would allow me to have, which is the largest cup they offer, which is the 24-ouncer. And I don't know if you can see it. That's it back there. It's empty, of course. Wait, I think I've got a... There it is. It's got its own shot. 24-ouncer. And that's free, and that's awesome. Used to be the whole month of August. Now it's just 2 weeks. I'll take it. I appreciate it. Because with all of the stuff, and that camera's going out, isn't it? I better cut back. With all of the stuff I had to do for pre-planning, I have yet to clean and plug in my coffee maker at work. So I've been taking advantage of the Wawa coffee. If you're not familiar with Wawa, it is a gas station. It's not Buc-ee's. It's not even close. That's not it. Hang on. Here we go. Here's the outside of my Wawa. That sounded weird. But they have coffee. They have a sandwich bar. They serve pizza. But it's just the size of a regular, normal gas station. It is not Buc-ee's. Anyway, here is their... In the Wawa I went to this morning, here are their offerings. Starting from the right, they have a Cuban roast, followed by a Colombian, regular, hazelnut, French vanilla, decaf, and I know you see it on the very left, pumpkin spice. So I was very excited about that. Yesterday, I filled it up to the top, 24 ounces of pumpkin spice, and I loved it. Today, I went a little crazy, and I went half pumpkin spice, half Colombian, just to try it. Maybe tomorrow I'll go half pumpkin spice, half Cuban. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do that. Anyway, so that's Wawa coffee. And it was hot because it's not 88 degrees in the morning, so it's cool. By the way, I may have mentioned this before. My classroom, ice cold, 64.6 degrees this morning. And that's chilly. It is quite cold in my classroom. It warmed up later, when when my classroom was filled with people, it warmed up, which was nice. But so in the morning, hot coffee, I put a hoodie on, I'm good to go. I just wish I wasn't so busy, and I'll get in the groove eventually. But right now, super busy. I'm glad somebody else is making the coffee for me. That's the truth. Okay, let's play our game. Here it is. I started talking too soon. Sorry. Chrono photo. We're going to be showing 5 pictures. We got to guess in which year each picture is taken. We can guess anywhere from the year 1900 to the year 2023. So all the pictures will be in that time span. The closer we are to the correct answer, the more points we get. If we get the answer exactly right, we get 1,000 points for that picture. So a perfect score would be 5,000. We've done that a couple times. We're looking to do it again. We try to do it without the help of Google. Let's try today's game. Did I forget to mention anything? All right. Let's see. Oh, I've abandoned the comments. Okay. Here we go. Times Square, somebody. Mark says, yes. Okay, here we go. Oh, let me scroll up a bit. Oh, by the way, here's the slider where we select our choice and then we hit the submit button. So I forgot to move the slider one time a couple weeks ago, and well, I screwed us out of some points. Okay, here we go. Times Square. I think we've got some huge hints here. Just seeing the long shot of this, and I'm going to go over here to the right side. The one, Mayweather. What's his name? Floyd Mayweather? Is he a boxer? Is that his name, Floyd? Versus Canelo. I don't know who that is. Plus Garcia and somebody else. It says Saturday, September 14th. So if anybody has that awesome condition where they can figure out in which year September 14th was a Saturday, we might have our answer right there. But let's see what else is here. Lots of people. Hey, look what she's wearing down there with that Stars and Stripes sweater. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Nothing, no masks. Oh, automobiles. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. The U.S., I'm looking on the top left, and there's a U.S. Polo Association store. Is that real? I thought that was just a brand that was trying to trick people into thinking it was Ralph Lauren. But it isn't, is it? That has nothing to do with Ralph Lauren. Like, that's a brand you would see at TJ Maxx. I didn't know they had their own stores. Or maybe that is a Ralph Lauren thing. I don't know. I'm not a fashionista anymore. No, I never was. Okay, what else we have going on here? Some automobiles. A news ticker over here. Swatch, I see. Is that a chapstick billboard? Sources, I can't tell what that is. That's ABC News. I think that's where they do Good Morning America, right? I've abandoned the chat. Hey, Dean, welcome in. How are you? Let's see. Okay. Oh, holy cow. There's a date over here. I'm looking at the poster for Gravity. Sandra Bullock, George Clooney. You know the movie. And there's a release date there. Do you see it? 10/14/13. Wow. I'm guessing this ad for Gravity was put up there the same year the movie was being released. So I'm guessing 2013. Okay. I'm going to zoom back out. I am going to look at the chat, though, to see what you had to say. So I'm going to go back here. Zoom out. Here we go. Our first guess is from Donna, who said 2013. We have a 2010, 2013, 2013, 2014, 2013, 2010, 98, 2013, 2013. 2013. I think that's it. A couple more. Yes. I'm just going to do that. Here we go. How do I get down? Oh, there we go. Don't forget to put this in. 2013. Survey says. There it is. Hooray! Thank you, Chronophoto, for putting the date in the photo. All right. Next. Okay. A super zoomed in picture of Times Square. Probably not. What's going on here? Looks like they're loading a bus. Who's loading a bus? Where is it? More importantly, when is it? Let's zoom into the person in the foreground here. Looks like a kid. Well, there's stuff written on the box. Is there a date? No. And perhaps a language I don't understand. Although there's some English on the side of the box facing us. It looks like it says Happy Cook. I'm sure they're just reusing the box for whatever they've got going on here. Are they moving? And they've hired Greyhound to help them move? I don't know what's going on. Let's see what's here. Can't tell what's written there. Oh, what's on his shirt? Can't tell. This kind of looks like a food drive. What's going on over here? Is this an Asian version of Frito-Lay? You know how Frito-Lay has for different languages, different countries, they mess with their packaging a little bit, of course, for the appropriate language. And I wondered if that's what's going on here. Polka? Is that what it says? P-O-C-A? I don't know. Wavy polka. Is wavy a trademark Frito-Lay term? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Who cares if it's Frito-Lay? Jim? Whatever that is. Aquafina. But I can't tell when this is. This is tough. Let me zoom out a little bit. Nobody's masked. Nobody has a smartphone. Let me go, this lady here, who's eating some of the goods. I see you. Let's see. No, can't tell. Can't tell anything from this picture. Well, other than it's in color. It appears to be a slightly modern bus. If not, this isn't the 70s, of course. The photo is a good quality picture. I can zoom in quite a bit, and we still have resolution. That's kind of a clue right there, huh? This kid's denim overalls with a hood? Wow. Amazing. And Dad, they're looking at something. Maybe more goods coming in. I don't know what's going on. This one's tough. We're going to have our work cut out for us here. I turn to the chat because I don't have a clue. I guess maybe if our previous picture was 2013, the likelihood of it being 2013 twice in a row is slim. Maybe I'll guess 2016. Why not? I don't know. I don't really know. Okay. Who has my first guess? Oh, Jay, Hurricane Supplies. That's a great guess of what's going on here. They have Aquafina. Is it the tsunami in Japan? If it is, that's a great clue. I don't remember the year of that, but that's good thinking. 2011, I think, is our first guess, no? 2004? 2004. 2018? 99. 2010 is my guess. Oh. This one's tough. There are a few 2004s here. Let's do it. Let's go 2004. All right. There it is, 2004. Survey says. Oh. 2015. What did I say? I said 2016, but I was just guessing. I didn't really know. Timothy Rainwater said 2018. All right. I knew that was going to be tough. That's not fair. There were no clues. Let's move on to picture number 3. Okay. I dig it. This picture reminds me of the shot in Ferris Bueller's Day Off where there's a number of deliveries being made to the Bueller residence of bouquets of flowers and singing telegrams. Like that's the Bueller house in the background, and this is one of the delivery vehicles. That's what that looks like to me. I know that's not it, but I just like to talk. Okay. Drink Coca-Cola. I don't know when they started that slogan. I think our big clue here is the automobile. Maybe it isn't, though. Maybe this is a trick. Maybe this is an old classic automobile. It looks like a concept model, frankly. The front of the car looks old, vintagey, Model T-ish. I don't really know. I don't know my cars. And the back has been tricked out, pimped, if you will, to resemble that of a hearse, like a soda hearse. Let me zoom in on the guy because he is, it's like an ice cream truck, but they just have Coke. I think that's what I'm looking at here. It didn't survive. It wasn't a great idea because they couldn't keep it cool. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I'm also getting, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. That's reminiscent of that as well, but the Wienermobile is much more cool. I don't know. This car's kind of cool. But, yeah. If they were parked side by side, I'd stand in the middle, get my picture taken with both of them, is what I'm saying. All right. It's a brick house. I don't know if that's a clue. I don't think it is. But it's a nice house. Did they just call for Coca-Cola delivery? Looks like there's a sunroom over there. That's nice. Balcony. But the car, if I will zoom into the front of the car, I don't know if anybody can get anything from this. Not sure. But I'm going to zoom out all the way. Turn to the chat because I don't know. Noah, welcome in. Hello to you. How are you, buddy? Okay, I think our first guess is from Donna, 1954. Great guess. Nick says 55. We have 44, 63, 53, 53, 56, 52, 65. Interesting. We've got quite the year span in our guesses. I like it. I was thinking 40s, maybe post-war. Finely manicured lawn. But I don't know. I have no idea. But we have a couple of 1953s in here, plus a 52. That's a very close guess. Donna said 54, if you remember. And a 55. 53. I think maybe 53 is what we're going with. Let's do that. 1953 is our guess. Submit. Ooh, ouch. Oh my goodness. 34? I would not have... it's not post-war. Well, it is post some war, but not the one I was thinking of. Did anybody have a guess in the 30s? I don't remember that. Dean said 44. I think that was our closest guess. Dang. We have 10 points. We only have 1,300 points after 3 pictures. This is a tough game. Let's keep it going, though. Let's redeem ourselves. Now I sound like an Olympic coach.
USA! USA!
All right, let's see what's going on in this picture. This guy is posing in front of a painted building. I'm not sure where this is. I don't know where Broome Street is. Let's zoom in. I don't recognize this gentleman. I don't know if he's anybody of fame or not. Maybe he's the owner of this establishment? This is a pretty good quality picture, though. I'm zoomed in quite far. What does that say? Femco on the extinguisher? There's Pongo. No, I don't think that's a bootlegged version of Pongo. All right, what's over here? Gem Lumber is open 7 days. Okay, Brooklyn, Queens, and Manhattan. Okay, we're in New York. I don't know which borough. I'm sure one of you do. Hey, it's Alan Ludden. I don't think so. Because he'd be smiling. Come on, that deserves a rim shot. Smile! No, that's... Hang on. Alan Funt. I've got my Allens mixed up. All right, that was... I blew that one. Sorry. I got my Allens. All right. What about this truck? Okay, let me just go here. That looks kind of boxy. Like the front of the truck looks squared off compared to today's modern, smaller pickup trucks. Can't see a license plate. Those steps have been painted over about 6 times. That's a lot of paint, I can tell. It looks like a chocolate cake. All right, right there. The fire hydrant, does that give us a clue? Remember, in your area, did they paint... When I was a kid, I remember fire hydrants being painted different, like cartoon characters. Like Charlie Brown and Snoopy and Batman and stuff like that. When was that? They don't do that anymore. They haven't for a long time. Maybe that was just where I was growing up. Okay, what's going on here? Let's sign. No. We've got a window unit air conditioner over here. This is another tough one. I'm glad all these tough ones are in the same game, and it's not going to ruin our quest for 5,000 points. All right, I'm just going to leave it there. Is he wearing bell bottoms? I think his pants are flared at the bottom. That's a clue. Late 70s? Early 80s? Maybe mid 80s? If this older gentleman doesn't refresh his wardrobe often? All right. All right, zoom out. I'm going to zoom. That's the whole picture. All right. Who had our first guess? And I don't know. Maybe his pants are just, I don't know. I'm hoping that's a clue. I don't know if it is. Did I miss anything? No. All right. Let's see. All right. 64. Is that our first guess for this picture? Perhaps. 72. 96. 75. Looks like the 70s. I agree. 74. 76. 80. 82. 76. Michelle, I was thinking 76 because that's what I was imagining. You know, in 76, things were painted for the bicentennial. Although I don't see any of that in this picture, for some reason 76 struck me. Sherry's going to say 78. Maybe that's the way to go. 78 with the bell bottoms. Let's do that. 78. I like it. We'll get another 10 points for this one. I don't really know. Here we go. Submit. We did better. 80. Somebody said 80. Donna said 80. Well done. Donna has gotten a couple this game, has she not? Well done. PTV says, Donna, I like that guess. Why didn't I see that first? Darn it. Oh, well. We are up to 2,149 points. Let's try to crack 3,000. Here is our final picture. Hey! Speaking of the Olympics. USA! Okay. Let's go on. Let's zoom in on our runners. Ooh, there's Porta-Johns back there. There's people. Let's just zoom in here. ING sponsored this race. The names of the runners are on their bibs. Is that what they call those? Bibs? Running shorts. That's not an Apple Watch. Interesting. These glasses scream late 90s to me. Okay. That is that gingham or is that what they call buffalo plaid? I don't know. Or is that only red? I don't know. Let me try zooming in on the bib just a bit more. Nope. I lose resolution. A similar watch over here, like it's the Timex Iron Man watch. Remember those? Do they still have those? I had one. I had one in the 90s. Had a stopwatch on it. That's why I got it, because it had a stopwatch on it. Okay, law enforcement. Oh, the company with the Porta-Johns. The Royal Flush. I like it. Let's see. Blue police tape. I guess nobody's allowed in those Porta-Johns. Something bad happened in there. That is a crime scene now. As most Porta-Johns are. I'll stop with the rim shots. Shoes. Let's zoom in on the running shoes. Oh, those are... I don't know if we can find that green color of running shoe today. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about running shoes, but I don't think if I'm right and this picture was taken in the 90s, I think these shoes are maybe 90s. Now, what's going on the top of the red shoe there? It looks like a curlers, like something ladies put in their hair. You know what I'm talking about? The rollers. That's what that looks like to me. It must serve a purpose. I just don't know what it is. I'm not a runner. Is that any better? Is there a tracker in that? Is like she didn't want the wrist, didn't want it on her wrist, but she's wearing an Iron Man watch? I don't know. Oh, there's more shoes. Asics? Is that brand that it doesn't tell me what year. Let me zoom all the way out. Oh, I did. Okay. Well, this is another hard one. This may have been our toughest game ever, but let me see what you guys had to say. And you know I'm just going with whatever Donna guesses. I will look at everybody's guess. Okay. I think Sherry has our first guess, 2011. Is that for this picture? Perhaps. 2016, 2010. No smartphones. Good call there. It is plaid. 2008, we have 95. Donna, thank you for that guess. Yeah, no, that's what I'm going with. 2005, we have 2012. Another 2012. Really interesting. 2007, 2004. Did you zoom in on the police? I did. And maybe, let's see. Are their uniforms different now? I don't know where this is. Police have different uniforms everywhere. Trying to look at the patch. I don't know what that is. What are those sunglasses? Blue blockers? Is that what? I don't know. But yeah, nobody's recording it. I would guess mid to late 90s, but I don't know. I do not know. But Donna does. I'm guessing Donna does. 95. I do like that. I like that. Let's do it. She's earned it. 95. Here we go. I got my correct answer sound ready. Submit! Oh. Okay. We can't get them all right. 2011. Did somebody say that? 2010. I see 2012s. Sherry said 2011. Are you kidding me? Amazing. Great job. Together with what I submitted, 2,232 points, our worst showing ever. Well, that's notable, right? That's something. Thank you for playing, everybody. That was tough, but fun. Donna, you don't have to apologize for anything ever again, ever. Especially not Chrono Photo. Let's see. What's up? Oh, that's it. It's time for an intermission. When we come back, I would like to talk about D23. Perhaps you've already heard all about it and you're sick of it. But I have some thoughts. So let's see. Where's my intermission? Here it is. I'll be back in about 48 seconds. Stick around!
Men, there's a drive-in movie full of juicy people. Wow! It's a trap! Help! It's Pick! We've had it, men.
A pleasant aroma for you, but not for mosquitoes. Pick is easy to use. Light it and forget it. Pick's aroma keeps mosquitoes, gnats, and sandflies away. Pick is the best protection for barbecues, fishing and camping trips, or just relaxing in the yard.
So if you don't want our company ever anywhere, just light Pick and see what I mean? Bye.
Pick is on sale at the refreshment stand now.
You know what's notable about what we just watched is that was a cartoon mosquito, and we saw it die right in front of us. Normally, we see cartoon villains, they die, but it's off camera. Like we see Gaston falling to his death, but we don't see it. We see him falling. Scar, we see a shadow of him being attacked. The dragon in Snow White, again, falling, but we don't really see a dead dragon. You know what I mean? That cartoon, that was a dead animal, and we don't often see that. Anyway, D23 was this past weekend, I think. I don't even know. I'm so out of the loop. I'm so consumed with my work that I did not know, and I didn't really follow anything as it was happening, but I've heard things since. So Disney, this is their convention. They have it in August. Is it every year? I was lucky enough to go in 2019. As a matter of fact, I got this shirt there. I'll just stand up a little bit so you can see. There it is. This was the only thing I purchased at D23 when I went. And 2019 is when I went. Lucky enough to go, and that was a great trip. Anyway, when I was there, I didn't really get to see any of the big announcements because the room can only hold so many people, and you've got to whatever. But I heard it after the fact, of course. I did go to there was a Haunted Mansion discussion that I went to that I was hoping would be better. Anyway, this year they had D23, and my list are the top 15 announcements, but they all have to concern upcoming movies or upcoming additions to the parks. Only the parks in the United States, of course. They announced stuff for Disneyland Paris and others, but I don't care about those. I care about the parks in the United States. So that's what we're going with. Jim's top 15 D23 announcements. They're not really in any particular order because my first one is what my thumbnail was about, and it's a pretty huge deal. Let's see. Is it ready? Here we go. Number 15 is a Disney Villains Land will come to Magic Kingdom. There had been talks for years of if Disney World, Walt Disney World in Orlando, if they made a 5th theme park, a villain themed theme park was a awfully popular idea. Well, they're not making a 5th gate, but they are adding a land to the Magic Kingdom, and it's going to be Villains Land. I'll read what I copied and pasted. Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Disney Experiences, confirmed that a major new land will be built at the Magic Kingdom in Orlando, a land based on the Disney villains. Details are still slim, but it will include shopping, dining, and 2, quote, major new attractions, unquote. He says this land will be home to the villains that you know and those that you loathe. Be prepared, you poor unfortunate souls. I see what he did there. It's going to be a fearless new vision for what a Disney experience can be. That's big news. And apparently, everything they announced about the parks at D23 is in motion. Like shovels have broken ground for things. So I don't know where Villains Land's going to be, but it's very cool. I'm excited. Let's see. It's Joey's World says, I know everyone is excited over Villains Land, but not sure how they could do it without it being disjointed. I do not know either. It's not like they have unlimited room there around the Magic Kingdom. Or do they? I didn't think they did. It'll be underground. No, it can't. Florida doesn't have basements. They have utilidors. All right, I'm getting lost. Okay, now this one, number 14, I don't honestly care about, but I needed 15 things for my list. The third film in the Tron series. It's called Tron Ares, and I believe that's the name of the villain played by Jared Leto, who you see on your screen in front of you. The third film in the Tron franchise. Jeff Bridges once again returns to the series set in a world inside a computer mainframe. Co-starring alongside Bridges are Evan Peters, Greta Lee, and as I mentioned, Jared Leto. He is Eris, a highly sophisticated AI sent to the real world for an undisclosed mission. It was also revealed that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross's band Nine Inch Nails will be composing the film's soundtrack. Tron has become one of the unlikeliest films to get a third film, considering the 1982 film and 2010's Tron Legacy had disappointing box office returns. True. All right, I guess this hits theaters August 10th of next year. So over a year away. Like I said, one I am more interested in, my daughter enjoys the Frozen movies. At number 13, they announced Frozen 3, or maybe they didn't announce it, but they talked about it. It's the third movie in the franchise sometime in 2027, according to its creator, Brittany Lee. There was also a small teaser shown to guests at D23 that showed Elsa and Anna riding a white horse and a brown stag. Beyond that, it was also announced that after the release of Frozen 3, there are plans for a Frozen 4. Plus, the Frozen Broadway musical will be hitting Disney Plus sometime in 2025. So, a couple of announcements there. How about that? I'm more excited about Frozen 3 than Tron 3. There. I said it. I never saw Tron Legacy. All right, let's move on. Where are we? 12. Avengers Campus in Disneyland will double in size with 2 new attractions. And Robert Downey Jr. The 2 new attractions, Avengers Infinity Defense and Stark Flight Lab. Infinity Defense will see visitors travel to different worlds from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including Wakanda, Asgard, and New York City, where they will battle Thanos. Stark Flight Lab will see visitors testing out new Stark-made pods. That'll be cool. I haven't been to the Marvel area of Disneyland, but they're going to double it in size. That's awesome. Avengers Campus is what it's called. I forgot for a moment. Now, this wasn't a new announcement at D23, but I'm excited for it because I like the first movie. Moana 2, where we saw ads for Moana 2 not too long ago. Where was it? It doesn't matter. Kicking off the entertainment showcase was the official trailer for Moana 2. Set 3 years later, Moana and demigod trickster Maui team up once again to face a new threat to Oceania. Did I say that right? I think I did. It seems Disney has plans for Moana to be its new flagship Disney princess because on top of the sequel, we're also getting a live-action remake. That has already started production and can be expected in 2026. Moana 2 hits theaters November 27th later this year. I think Moana might be my favorite Disney princess. I do enjoy that movie. My daughter enjoys that movie. I think How Far I'll Go, is that the name of the song? It's one of the better, more recent songs in a Disney film. I dig it. More Moana, please. Next, we are at number 11. No, 10. 2 Cars-themed rides will come to Frontierland in Magic Kingdom. In a major bit of news for Walt Disney World, Josh D'Amaro said that a portion of Frontierland in Magic Kingdom will be transformed into a pair of attractions based on the Cars franchise from Pixar. One ride will take guests off-road, and another will be geared specifically toward families with young children. Quote, "The American West has always been about keeping your eyes on the horizon, believing in yourself, carving your own path, and striving toward success," D'Amaro said, unquote. quote again, rather. That goes for miners in the mountains, bears from the country, a princess from the bayou, or a race car from the big city, unquote. Okay, so there is a Cars Land in California, and it is awesome. Magic Kingdom is not getting a Cars Land. They are getting 2 Cars attractions. One looks like Radiator Springs Racers, but it's not it, I understand. And the other one, not a lot of details, but it is more kid-themed, kid-centric for kids. And I would think it would be like the Mater ride in Anaheim, but we already have that with the Aliens, the Aliens ride in Toy Story Land. That's the same ride. Anyway, all right, moving on. Number 9. They had a first look at Stitch in the live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch. There you see it right there. Lilo and Stitch is another classic Disney film that no one really asked for a live-action remake of, but we're getting one anyway. I didn't write this. I just copied and pasted it. Given Disney's visual effects track record when it comes to anthropomorphic animals, our first look at Stitch is exactly what one would expect, which boils down to, yep, that's him all right. Beyond the initial teaser at D23, it was also announced that this adaptation of the 2002 cult classic will get a summer 2025 release. Again, this is already in the works. It's happening. And some of the original voices are coming back, but maybe not in their original roles. It is a live action with a CGI Stitch is what's going on there. Oh, wait a minute. I do remember somebody. Zach Galifianakis is going to play one of the characters, one of the aliens. So there'll be real actors as aliens, but they won't be CGI, but Stitch will be CGI. Something like that. All right. Yes. Let's see. I'm wondering how the noise from the Cars rides will affect the Haunted Mansion area. It is right across the river, isn't it? Well, you know what? If they're electric vehicles, if it's not like the Tomorrowland cars, which are super loud and stinky, if they're electric vehicles, it should be all right. Electric vehicles are quiet. But the cars, like Lightning McQueen, he's not electric, so I don't know. We'll see. But that's a good point. A great question. Where am I? Oh, number 8. Is that correct? A Coco ride is coming to Disney's California Adventure. You would think they'd put a Coco ride in the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot. No, we still have the Grand Fiesta Tour, which is okay. I dig that ride. Anyway, it was revealed that a new ride inspired by the film Coco will come to Disney's California Adventure, with the groundbreaking set to begin in 2026. So it's a bit off. Maybe a year and a half, 2 years away. Just to start it. Details are scarce, but it was said it drew inspiration from Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, with guests set to take a journey to the land of the dead from the film. Okay, that has me excited. If this is going to be a ride, a dark ride like Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, if they're going to return to rides like that, I think they could have a winner there. They could make that super awesome. Like a throwback with some modern things, a new movie. I think that's cool. That was cool to hear. All right, here's another one. Number 7. I'm going to take heat from this. I don't care about this one either. And I know people love Toy Story. Toy Story 5. There was a teaser shown there. Woody, Buzz, and the gang will be fighting to stop their new child from becoming an iPad kid. This time around, it's toy meets tech, Andrew Stanton said at D23. It's going to be fun, and we can't wait for you all to see it in the summer of 2026. Oh, it says right there, only in theaters, 2026. Now, Toy Story's okay, but all 4 of those movies kind of have the same, I've said this before, it's like, oh no, we're not where we're supposed to be, we got to get back. It's all the same story. It's okay. Toy Story's not my favorite. I know that's a hot take. People love Toy Story. I don't know if we need a fifth one. It seems like they wrapped it all up at the end of 4. Like Woody found a new home with Bo Peep. Ooh, spoiler alert. I should have said. Anyway, we'll see. People love it. So, I mean, they're making the right choice. They're giving the people what they want. They're not giving me what I want. Not with Toy Story, but they are with this one. And I know some people will have the opposite feeling I do. Toy Story is not my favorite Pixar franchise. The Incredibles is. And they announced The Incredibles 3, which is coming. What did I copy and paste here? With Fantastic Four getting some love as of late, it makes sense that the family film franchise inspired by Marvel's first family is announced to be making its return. Helmed by longtime writer and director of the series, Brad Bird, Incredibles 3 was announced as in production at Pixar. So it's happening. No further details have been provided outside the announcement. It should be noted that Incredibles 2 was the highest-grossing animated film of all time until Inside Out 2 took the throne. Incredibles 3 does not have a release date yet. But more Incredibles, please. I'm all for that. I think those are awesome. I love the aesthetic. I like the mid-century modern feel of it. You don't know if it takes place in the 60s or now. I dig it. The music, the score has always been awesome. Just the look. It's cool. I love The Incredibles. Where are we? Number 5. This is a big deal. This was a surprise announcement. Disneyland will get an audio animatronic Walt Disney. For the first time, an audio animatronic version of Walt Disney will come to a Disney park when Disneyland debuts Walt Disney, A Magical Life. That'll be a show in 2025. The show will debut inside the Main Street Opera House, and after its initial run, the attraction will play in rotation with great moments with Mr. Lincoln. Josh D'Amaro said that creating an animatronic of Walt Disney is, quote, an idea that's been whispered in the hallowed halls of Imagineering for years, maybe even decades now. We are finally ready, unquote. That's very exciting. That's cool. I believe they're going to make that as awesome as possible. They have to, right? Number 4, another movie here. 2 more movies on the list. Here's the next one. Again, in no particular order. We liked the first movie. There's another sequel being announced, Zootopia 2. Judy and Nick are back again with Oscar winner Ke Huy Quan as a snake named Gary. He was Short Round in the Indiana Jones movies. He just won an Academy Award for Everything, Anywhere, Everything, All at Once, that movie. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. The casting of Quan was the big news regarding this announcement, but fans of the series can expect this to hit theaters around Thanksgiving of next year. So there's going to be a snake in Zootopia 2. We're fans of Zootopia in this house. Number 3, and this is huge also. A Monsters, Inc. land is coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. The 2001 Pixar film Monsters, Inc. will form the backbone of an entire land at Hollywood Studios in Orlando. Billy Crystal, who played Mike Wazowski in the film, helped introduce the new land. Quote, when they showed me the character, it was just that one big eye and those big legs. And I thought, oh my God, it's CBS walking. I guess that was a joke. And I didn't say it very well. I'm sure it was funnier when he said it. The land will bring humans into the world of Monstropolis, with a signature ride bringing visitors into the Door Vault alongside Mike and Sully. Quote, the first time I saw Monsters, Inc., all I wanted to do was ride on one of those doors like Mike and Sully, Josh D'Amaro told the crowd. Quote, you'll go into the factory and experience the first suspended coaster ever in a Disney park. Remember in the movie how those claws grab the doors and hoist them up into the air to take them away? We're doing that too, and we're going along for the ride, unquote. So what you're looking at on screen is concept art of, in the bottom right, of the land in general, and you can see the Laugh Factory in the background there. And in the top left is concept art of the door ride that Josh D'Amaro was just talking about. I think that has to be cool. The first ever, what did it say? The first suspended coaster. Dang it. I'm sorry. I couldn't find that right away. All right. 2 more things. Last movie on the list is this one. Star Wars returns to the big screen with The Mandalorian and Grogu, directed by Jon Favreau. While the movie is just weeks into production, Favreau and producer and co-writer Dave Filoni brought footage to D23 to give us a taste of what's next for Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin, who's played by Pedro Pascal, and his apprentice Grogu, you may know as Baby Yoda. Footage teased the return of Mando's Razor Crest ship and Star Wars Rebels Zeb Orrelios, I don't know who that is, as well as the Mandalorian and Grogu facing AT-AT walkers on a snowy planet. Is it Hoth? I don't know. The Mandalorian and Grogu hits theaters May 22nd, 2026. 2 years away. Almost 2 years away. Cool. Again, no particular order. I do enjoy the Mandalorian TV show, though, and I'm sure the movie's going to be awesome. Here's the last one. Number 1 on the list. Big news in Walt Disney World. Tropical Americas. And new Encanto and Indiana Jones attractions are coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. The new land will replace Dino Land in Animal Kingdom in Orlando. The 2 attractions will be based on the Indiana Jones franchise and on the 2021 film Encanto, and both will open in 2027 in conjunction with Tropical Americas. The Indiana Jones ride, quote, takes place in an ancient Mayan temple that Indy has recently discovered, D'Amaro said, warning of an ancient mythical creature that could throw a wrench in the situation. As for the Encanto attraction, it will see visitors travel through the casita from the film. On the day that Antonio receives his special gift, remember he could talk to animals? That's the one. The attraction culminating in his room, which has become a lush rainforest. We remember that from the film as well, right? Did we see inside of it? I think we did. I don't know. Along the way, they will encounter all the members of the Madrigal family, perhaps including one that nobody talks about. No. Anyway, Tropical Americas. And at first, when I heard that they were putting an Indiana Jones ride in Dino, where Dino Land is now, I thought, well, certainly, the ride mechanism and the ride track for Dinosaur in Animal Kingdom and the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland, it's the same thing. But the Indiana Jones ride is universally regarded as a better ride. So I thought, well, they are just putting the Indiana Jones ride that's in Anaheim in Orlando, but they're not. It will be a different story. It'll be similar, I'm sure, but so that's the concept art you're looking at there is the outside of the attraction. And the Encanto ride, I don't know. But so those were 15 announcements at D23 this year. And like I said, I didn't even know D23 was happening. I've been out of the loop, but those are some interesting things I heard. And Disney apparently has all those park additions happening already. They're going on. There were other announcements as well, other movies. There's another Pixar movie. I think it's called Elio. And it just didn't make the list. Other things too, but I don't know anything about it. Let's see. That's it for my show today. Next week, I'm going to show you some Halloween decorations. More pumpkin spice. I'll tell you how the pumpkin spice was mixed with the Cuban dark roast coffee. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. And I will see you around the chats, other chats around YouTube, as I like to do. So thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting. If I missed you in the chat, I do apologize. I'm a one-man show. I do what I can. But thank you, everybody. I will see you next week. But until then, it's time to say goodnight. I'm going to finish this coffee now. See you later, everybody.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.